Tube studio commentary. It's the game at the Deutsche Bank Park where West Ham United trail 1-0 on the night. They trail 3-1 on aggregate, and it's a tall order down for West Ham in this second half, but they've got to believe they can still turn it around. A quick goal for West Ham does just bring the game a little bit closer and perhaps might give Eintracht a little bit more to think about, because they had it pretty comfortable really for most of the first half, did the home side. It's myself, Paul Shimakovic, and Harry Jones taking you through the action. Harry, it's not all over for West Ham, but they have to score next, and they've really got to put in a good shift in this second half.
Yeah, the next goal is crucial. Whoever scores it, I think if Eintracht score it, then you do say they are out of this tie now, being a man down. And they've got to make a 3-goal advantage back up. You really can't see it happening, can you, for this West Ham side, who aren't the most free scoring side that we've seen, are they? They don't tend to win by a larger margin, so even at 2 goals down, it's going to be tough. And having only 10 men, but if they do get that early goal, the momentum, the occasion, the away fans will be definitely singing and shouting. So if they do manage to cause an upset early on, then they're definitely back in it. They
certainly are. They need to get a quick goal here. But in terms of the 11s, haven't been any changes at half time. Eintracht have Kevin Trapp in goal. It's a back three of Tuta, Al-Mami Toure, who came on for the injured Martin Hinteregger early on, and Abite and Dika. Then they've got the 4 across the middle of Ansgar Knauf, Djibril Sow, Sebastian Roda and Filip Kostic, with Jens Hoga, Daichi Kamada and goal scorer Rafa Bore as the 3 up front. For West Ham, they are down to 10 men. They have Alphonse Areola in goal, a back 4 of Vladimir Tufal, Greg Dawson, Kurt Zuma and Ben Johnson. It's Declan Rice and Thomas Soucek as the 2 holder midfielders, Pablo Fornals and Jared Bowen playing out wide, and Mikhail Antonio playing through the middle. It's Eintracht on the attack now down the left hand side. Kostic's ball in is deflected out by Tufal. It is a throw to the home side. The home fans just a little bit more lively now at the start of this second half. They can sense that they're just one step closer to that final. Well, of course, they probably would have expected to be playing German opposition, but Rangers currently 2-0 up against RB Leipzig. So as it stands, it is Rangers that will be going through to the final to face Eintracht, as the home side now in possession down the right with Knauf, plays it in towards Roda, back over towards Sow, edge of the area now here for Rafa Bore. Not a good ball from him though, out towards Kostic on the left-hand side, out for a throw. As Oliver Glasner doesn't look particularly relaxed, but he'll feel as though his side are in a very strong position here.
Yeah, I'm not sure why he's not looking the most comfortable, because his side are definitely controlling the game. They've had chances there. I mean, the ball stabbed out from Bora to Kostic didn't really work, but in terms of possession, they're completely dominating. They look so comfortable with the ball at their feet, but they just got to make sure they don't get caught out like they have been there.
Yeah, they certainly have. It was a chance for Fornals, but in fairness, they did surround Fornals pretty quickly as soon as they lost the ball there, Eintracht. It is still with the Spaniard Fornals back towards Craig Dawson. Now on the right-hand side here is Tufal. Sends the ball over the top looking for Mikhail Antonio. He does well to get away from Kostic. Just about keeps his balance. Kostic isn't giving up, and neither is... that was a strong challenge there from Ndika. No foul though, says the referee. Ball played up towards the halfway line by Kamada. Played back now by Bore towards Sow. Tuta now brings it forward down the right-hand side towards Hoga, and he plays it back towards his own half. But Eintracht quite purposely just slowing things down now in midfield, making it that little bit more difficult for West Ham to dispossess them, as Sow now brings it forward, goes square to Hoga. And there's a chance here now at the edge of the area. Bora takes it down and hits it on the volley. And it was just inviting a strike there as the ball flicked up by Bore at the edge of the area, but it's a good save in the end from Areola.
Yeah, you've got to hit that, haven't you? When you flick it up, and it sets up so nicely, I think it'd be rude not to. And he connects with the ball fairly cleanly. He just doesn't get just enough power on it, and it goes pretty close towards Alphonse Areola, so it was easy for the goalkeeper to get down. It had a little bit of an awkward bounce, so it could have bundled in, but I was just going to mention that Frankfurt have switched back to having Knauf on the right-hand side and Kostic on the left, so I'm not sure what that tactical change was from Glasner just about 5 minutes before half-time.
It may well be that he just wanted to change the wide men for a spell. We see a few teams doing that sometimes, where they'll try to potentially surprise the opposition with a different player going down the channel, as Jared Bowen just telling Vladimir Tufal to slow down. Don't take this throw on too quickly. It's almost like a set pieces for West Ham if Tufal can get the right sort of elevation on this ball, and he does send it towards the edge of the 6-yard box, flicked on by Dawson. Still a chance here as Antonio jumps for the header, but in fact there was a push in the midst of all of that, and it will be a free kick to Eintracht.
Yeah, really good from Thomas Soucek there. He gets up well, but I think he's just got his arms around Sebastian Rode. It's a difficult one for a player like Souček with how big he is. I mean, it's difficult to not look like you're hanging over a player.
Exactly. I mean, the referees do have to allow a certain amount of contact, but a good ball down the right-hand side now as Knauf and Horger sort of leave it to each other. Knauf did well to win the ball back, and I think he was expecting Horger to go after it, which he doesn't do in the end. It's played down the left-hand side now. Antonio tries to flick it on, but he's got two Eintracht players to try and deal with there. The combination of the two of them now send the ball back towards Kevin Trapp. Long clearance goes over the heads of Horger. Johnson chasing this one, but it's going to go out. I think it does get a touch off Johnson in the end, so it is out for a throw to Eintracht. It's a pretty quick start to this second half, but West Ham not really able to make too many inroads so far.
No, they can't. I feel sorry for Mikel Antonio up front, because all he's doing is just running side to side and getting pushed around the park, because he's up there on his own. They've got the man disadvantage, West Ham, and he's trying to do the best with what he's got, and it's just not really sticking for him.
It's not, but this is a good ball down the left if he can get there. Kostic, he gets the ball on the line. It's in play. It's an attempt there from Knauf to head that towards goal. In the end, it's saved there by... I think the referee might have indicated that the ball had in fact gone out for a goal kick, or maybe even there was an offside in the midst of all of that. But in any case, I think West Ham probably would have preferred the referee to just let play go on there. Yeah,
you'd definitely rather the play to continue there, as it looked like Pablo Fornals had some space ahead of him. There was a lot of Frankfurt bodies forward, but I'm just confused as to why he blew up after the move had finished.
Yeah, it did go out of place. It was the right decision. It just seemed like it took the linesman a long time. I do wonder if VAR just unofficially told him there, look, the ball went out of play, because obviously VAR's not really supposed to get involved in things like that, but it did seem like the linesman took a very long time to realise that it was a goal kick. West Ham have now taken it short, and Zuma having to go back towards Areola. He looks up. He is going to try and play a long ball here, as Declan Rice waving his arms frantically there to stop his goalkeeper from doing that, because it's always a 50-50 ball once you send it long. But no options here for Areola, so in the end he's decided to send it long anyway.
Long ball from Areola, yeah. I think they're just running out of options, West Ham.
You see, but that's pointless from Areola. I'd rather West Ham do 5 or 6 more passes inside their own half. You can see Antonio turning frustrated towards his goalkeeper there as well, because there's no way they're going to get on the end of that. It's just given straight back to Kevin Trapp, and now Eintracht are playing out from the back here with Toure inside to Roda. One captain closing down another there as Declan Rice was getting close to him. But the ball played back towards Kevin Trapp again. Slightly just tries to pass it rather than clear it this time down the right-hand side for Knauf. Under pressure there from Pablo Fornals, and West Ham do win the ball back. Heavy touch there from Johnson. Couldn't turn in the end, has to have it to go back towards his own goalkeeper. There's no real way for West Ham to get it to stick in midfield for the time being. Dawson now over towards Tufal. Back to Dawson again. Not too much pressing here from Eintracht. They've got a couple of players further forward. What they're trying to do is just make that midfield as difficult to get through as possible. Back now with Areola. He's going to try another long ball again. As you can see, Rice again just showing his goalkeeper perhaps to take it. That's a better ball though. It's headed on by Antonio. Reaches the edge of the area where Ndika heads it away before it got through towards Bowen. It's now with Holger on the right-hand side. He's dispossessed. Sliding in there was Ben Johnson. Does that ball go out of play? The referee thought about it. He says it does. There will be a throw on to West Ham down the left-hand side.
Yeah, Pablo Fornals takes it really quickly. I think they want to keep this momentum, West Ham.
They do, absolutely. I mean, that was the right idea there from Fornals. It's just a little bit too short for Antonio in the end. And now it's with Kamada for Eintracht, and he spots Kostic running down the left-hand side. He's got an overlap here, Kostic from Boré, if he wants to use him. That's where the ball has gone. Horger is waiting inside the penalty area. It's played back to Kamada. Horger tries a 1-2, but that one is played straight into Declan Rice. And now a chance here for West Ham as Rice threads that through towards Bowen, who runs straight into Tuta. Back to Kostic, who's starting a little bit deeper, I've noticed, not playing quite as high up. Maybe that's been an instruction there from Oliver Glasner, just to try and give his side a bit more of a chance to get possession further back on the field.
Yeah, I think now they have got the 2-goal cushion. I don't think it's as imperative for Kostic to fly forward, and now for this on this near side, I think they've got to set up and be smart about it. They don't want to give away too many opportunities.
Well, here comes Kostic now with a bit of space. He puts the ball in, which is a really good whip ball. It's just far too close towards the West Ham goal. It's eluded everyone, but it's kept in play by Knauf on the right-hand side. He's having a great game. Knauf dances past Pablo Fornals, and then his body checks out the way by Ben Johnson, but not even a whimper there from Knauf. I don't think he ever expected to get any kind of decision for that. Just overplayed the ball, and then Johnson made sure he was in front of him.
Yeah, I think he realised that Areola was going to get there first. That ball was never in his control. He took the first touch. It was heavy. Johnson did come in with quite a hefty shoulder barge, but yeah, I don't think there's any complaints about that.
No, we're back in play now with Eintracht in possession down the left-hand side with Daichi Kamada. Square now towards Jibril South. Things have just slowed down. No change, by the way, in the other games. The Rangers still lead against RB Leipzig by 2-0. So it's 2-1 to Rangers on aggregate. In the Europa Conference League, Roma lead against Leicester by 1-0. So it's 2-1 on aggregate. And in the game between Feyenoord and Marseille, it's still 0-0. And it was 3-2 in the first leg. So no change in that game as it stands. Those games are available on our service, as is the game between Wickham and MK Dons. Wickham lead that game by 1-0. It's 71 minutes gone there. That was a 7:45 kickoff. And they also have a man sent off there to MK Dons. So Wickham a goal up and MK Dons a man down. As here come Eintracht now, a strike from a long, long way out there. Jibril Sow with a speculative effort, but that one is nowhere near Areola's goal. And West Ham can restart play quickly here. Played out towards Kurt Zouma. And now Dawson, long ball over the top, looking for Jared Bowen, who's been starved of service just as Antonio has really for most of this game. But Bowen does well to control that, plays it inside now to Pablo Fornals, and it opens up in front of Fornals. He then finds Bowen. Bowen's ball towards the far post. Antonio was lurking inside the 6-yard box, but it's Almami Toure who slides in to cut the pass out to throw to West Ham. Yeah,
really nice play there from West Ham, just opening up this Frankfurt defence. But you just wonder whether Bowen maybe could have been a bit more selfish there and maybe gone for an effort on goal.
He's left-footer playing on the right. The angles were there for him. He could have certainly had a go, but it's going to be a long throw now from Tufal, aimed at Kurt Zouma, who does head it up in the air. Antonio's underneath this. It may drop hit to Bowen, but that's good play there. Sal getting there just ahead of Bowen. A bouncing ball at the edge of the area. Hoger just gets there ahead of Declan Rice, and now a good chance here for Knauf. Arguably the best player for Eintracht this evening, getting down the right-hand side. He's got Hoger ahead of him, but he carries on the run himself, cuts back onto his left foot, gets towards the edge of the area, and now he plays it to square, sets up here for Kostic on the left foot. Kostic leans back though, and he sends that one a long way over.
Yeah, it was poor there from Kostic. I think he was always leaning back. The ball was always rising. He was never going to test Alphonse Areola. It was high, wide and handsome. And I think it's just more of a pot shot there, just get an effort on goal. They haven't really had much going forward, Frankfurt, as of the last 5 or so minutes. So maybe just trying to get the confidence back up, have an effort on goal, and try and test the goalkeeper more than anything.
That's what they've got to try and do. A long ball now down the left-hand side is quickly picked off here by Toure. 58 minutes gone. Independent off-tube studio commentary. Eintracht lead against West Ham by 1-0 on the night. They lead 3-1 on aggregate. And so you can see that West Ham contingent, they're in good voice. Saw clips of them earlier today around Frankfurt. Certainly enjoying the festivities as well, but they won't be enjoying this so much now. It's been a tough game for West Ham. They've shown little glimmers in this second half, but there's been some possession here for Eintracht as well, as Bowen hustling there on the halfway line, trying to win the ball back for his side. But there is Evan Ndika just slowing things down, and it's now in possession with Jibril Sow. In midfield finds Kamada over towards Kostic on the left hand side. Kostic though doesn't take any chances, plays it back towards the halfway line here for Ndika. It's with Tuta to Almami Toure. West Ham sitting back in banks of 4 with just Antonio ahead of them, trying to just pick off any ball that they can. Declan Rice trying to press a bit, also pointing where Antonio should be pressing, as West Ham just try and get further up the field. And it works, because the loose ball now is picked off by Craig Dawson, and then Rice finds Bowen down the right hand side, but he needs someone on the overlap, and Tufal just taking a little bit too long, and in the end you can see Bowen is just having a bit of a go at his teammate there as well.
Yeah, I think he's just not happy. I think they know they need to get forward here, West Ham, and Bowen needs that support. He really hasn't had it on that right hand side. He's doing everything himself. He's getting absolutely bombarded by black shirts every time he gets the ball, and I think they've realised that he is the danger man for this West Ham side, and they're doing really well, Frankfurt, to deal with him. But Bowen just needs that support from Tufal, that overlapping run that he's not really quite getting.
No, and we saw there as Rice was pressing that he was telling Antonio to press away. It's almost like the captain just trying to keep his players' sort of motivation up, as Pablo Fornals wins his side. A free kick, he was brought down on the left-hand side. We're just seeing another chance here as Bowen gets this ball. He cuts in. He plays an early ball with his right. I think he could have cut back onto his left and taken a shot as well. But this is good work from Antonio down the left. Spins and gets a cross in, and it's headed down by Dawson. It's a header on target, but it's a header down into the ground, and in the end it bounces into the arms of Trapp. But that was a good move from West Ham after a free kick around about the halfway line. Good work from Antonio, and the header from Dawson. Yeah,
it's a really nicely worked move, but I think there's not really much more Dawson could do there. He's craned his neck back. He hasn't really had the time to get too much power behind the header. He's directed goalwards. He's gone into the ground, which is also sometimes difficult for a goalkeeper to get to, but Trapp was alert to the danger. He caught it well, but I think Dawson did the best of ever with what he was given there.
He was, but now West Ham could be caught in possession here as the long ball is played through towards Boré. That's good covering, though, from Ben Johnson. This is the trouble. As soon as West Ham commit a little bit more to going forward, they leave gaps at the back, and they were very nearly punished for it there. But the ball now back with Areola. And the West Ham keeper looking left, looking right, but in the end he's going to send the long ball forward again. So far, most of these haven't reached the West Ham player. This time it's a better one from the goalkeeper because it's headed on by Antonio, and then he chases this ball down the right-hand side. Kostic does well, though. It just challenges Antonio with a back heel almost, and Antonio just looking a little bit exhausted there as he's been helped up by Tufal. He's putting in a shift here, Mikhail Antonio. There's no doubt about that. Not getting much reward for it so far. But Tufal with the throw now. And there's 5 West Ham players to aim for inside the box. There's Declan Rice waiting at the edge of the area as well as Fornals, Zuma, Souček, Bowen and Antonio wait inside the area. It's flicked on by Souček. It doesn't quite get through towards Antonio, though. Back into midfield where Dawson's header back to Tufal is over his teammate's head. And it's out for a throw to Eintracht. But you certainly can't fault West Ham's endeavour. It's just the end product that's missing for them so far.
Yeah, exactly, and it's not going to help being at a man disadvantage. But yeah, the end product is where they're lacking. Mikel Antonio's doing his best, but it's difficult for a player like him now to get into the right areas. He's definitely seen better days in terms of his fitness, as he's been absolutely running around the park for what we've said of an hour. I think he's been absolutely everywhere, and you've got to give him credit as they go on a break now.
They do, yeah. Ball volley down the right-hand side. Bowen straining to keep it in. He does keep it in. Fair play to him, and he's trying to cut back onto his left foot now. Puts a cross in, which is over the head of everyone inside the box. It's followed out by Souček here, but that's good play in the end from Tuta. Just does enough there to make sure that it goes out for a throw. But yes, a few more worried faces in that Eintracht stand now. They can see that West Ham are still fighting in this game, although the home side still have a comfortable lead here.
Yeah, they do have a comfortable lead, but this is the sort of time where West Ham started to grow into the game in the first leg. I think they've got to be careful they don't switch off here. Frankfurt, as David Moyes' side, grew into the game around about now, and this is when they did score, so they do enjoy the same sort of luck, West Ham. We have a real tie on our hands for the remaining 20-25 minutes.
Roll on now down the right-hand side, and it's important for West Ham to keep up these energy levels, but Eintracht feel that with this 2-goal lead on aggregate, they've still got a little bit of a cushion. If West Ham were to score once, though, it would certainly put a lot more pressure on Eintracht, and they naturally would just start to back off a little because they'd fear an equaliser then. So that's something that David Moyes' side still have to keep working on. They've won themselves a free kick here. It's a long way away from the penalty area, but Pablo Fornals is standing over this one. He's going to look to try and pick out a teammate at the edge of the box. Long ball now from Fornals, and it reaches Dawson, and his volley is over at the head of everyone. Such a good chance that, and it's just, maybe I'm being a little bit harsh on Craig Dawson, but if you're going to have someone volleying the ball across the box to pick out a teammate, maybe you don't want Dawson to be that player doing it. Yeah,
you want Dawson to be the man on the end of the volleying towards the area. He's the man that's usually there finishing it off with a header or getting to a loose ball, but yeah, if it's going to fall to anyone, that's not the man you'd pick. But West Ham just growing into this game now. I mean, they've not started the second half all too badly. I think they're having more opportunities on goal. They're getting into better areas. I think Frankfurt are being split open a little bit more now. I think now Jared Bowen's getting a little bit more involved on that right-hand side. He's getting the ball at his feet, trying to work his magic on that right side. I think it's paying off slightly as they're looking a lot more dangerous in the second half.
They do. There's still a real sort of a fighting quality about West Ham here, and it seems to have affected Eintracht a little bit. They're starting to back off a bit more as Bowen flicks the ball over the top for Antonio, runs straight into Ndika, though he's been such a big presence in that defence for Eintracht this evening. Certainly Ndika or Knauf, the two players that stand out for me in this Eintracht side this evening so far. Long clearance now from Toure up towards the halfway line, headed down by Boré. That's good work there from Johnson. Heads that one on towards Pablo Fornals, and then as Antonio tries to turn away from his man, he loses his balance, and it's Eintracht now back in possession with Knauf inside to Sebastian Roda. Sau now bringing the ball forward, and he goes square towards Filip Kostic, but again his first thought is to go back towards Sau. There was space down that left for Kostic, but first thought here for Eintracht is safety first, just control the ball and try and slow things down in midfield. It's now played over towards the right-hand side for Knauf, back in towards Tuta. Just inside his own half, pressing here from Rice and from Antonio. It's almost like Rice is trying to lead by example here, because West Ham are starting to sit back a little bit as Knauf goes forward down the right-hand side. He has Holger in front of him. Holger cuts in onto his right foot, plays it in towards the edge of the area. It's a heavy touch there from Kamada. Just a bit of a let-off for West Ham, because if Kamada takes that down, he's got a great chance to try and shoot. But it's going to be a yellow card here now for Sebastian Roeder. He takes out Jarrod Bowen just as West Ham were looking to go on the counter. It's still deep inside the West Ham half, but I think Roeder knew he was taking one for the team there.
Yeah, it was a real tactical foul there from the captain. I think he knew that if he didn't do that, Jarrod Bowen could be away, and they've seen how dangerous he has been in the last 5 or so minutes. I think a challenge like that was needed. I think he's had to take one for the team there and accept the yellow card.
Yeah, so Roeder on a booking. Both captains on a yellow card now after Declan Rice was booked earlier in the game. It is Rice on the ball now for West Ham, back towards Kurt Zuma. Now it's played back towards Alphonse Areola as West Ham looking to try and build again from the back. 66 minutes gone. Eintracht leading against West Ham by a goal to nil. To 3-1 on aggregate after that 2-1 win for Eintracht in London last week. Ball now back on the halfway line. Strong challenge there from Dawson. Was a strong challenge from Dawson. Boré stays down on the ground momentarily, but the referee says play on. Knauf now playing it back towards Touré. Heavy touch for him, but this shows a good bit of skill there to dance away from Pablo Fornals. It's now with Holger down the right-hand side. Plays it back in towards the defender Touré, but pressure here from West Ham, forcing Eintracht back in towards their own half again. And it's difficult here for them to get forward, but also difficult for West Ham to win the ball back.
Yeah, exactly. It is difficult for West Ham to win the ball back because as shaky as they do look sometimes, Frankfurt, they are playing the ball in some nice areas. They're just one, two touch away from the West Ham players who are trying their best to press, but it's to no avail as they've been doing it for the majority of the first half and this second half. They're going to lose legs and they're going to become overly frustrated, this West Ham side, and I think it's really getting to them now as Frankfurt are so controlling.
They really are in control now as the West Ham just trying to break that control up a little bit. A little 1-2 there between Fornals and Tufal down the right hand side, but the ball has been won back on the left here because Fornals desperate to try and keep that in play. He's ended up on the right hand side this time, but it's not to be. It's gone out for a throw. And a chance here now for Eintracht to try and just slow things down again. Another goal in the League One playoff game this evening. Wickham now lead by 2-0. Vokes getting the first goal after Tafazzoli got the... Vokes getting the second goal after Tafazzoli got the first in the first half. So Wickham already in a very strong position in that first leg. As I mentioned, Sheffield Wednesday and Sunderland face off in the first leg of their playoff semi-final tomorrow. But here at Deutsche Bank Park, it is Eintracht 1, West Ham United 0, 3-1 to Eintracht on aggregate, and it will be Harrods take us through to full time.
Yeah, but Frankfurt just enjoying the ball at their feet, just on halfway now. It's held with Roeder just edging forward slightly, not really under any pressure there from any West Ham shirts. Filip Kostic opting to go back towards his centre back there, Evan Ndicka. And that's worked off between all three centre halves before Touré picks out Hauger. And that's back towards Tuta, and Mikel Antonio just putting him under pressure here, and Jarrod Bowen asking his players behind him to just push up slightly and just squeeze this Frankfurt side. It's gone all the way back to trap now, and they've been forced deep inside their own half now. Frankfurt as the ball from So as a real dangerous one out to Nauf, but Fornals couldn't quite get there ahead of Nauf, and now here they come forward with Nauf. Plays towards Kamada now. Filip Kostic has got a bit of space out by the byline, decides to dink it back in field towards Nauf. It's headed away by Zuma, falling down to Kamada, the goal scorer in the first leg. He has a shot from range, and it was a really tame effort there. It all rolled just out for a goal kick, and I think Alfonso Areola had that covered all the way there.
He did. There was never going to be any danger of that one surprising. As we can see, Glasner there furiously up on his feet trying to get a tactical change or a tactical confirmation out to one of his players. But he's still getting very animated there, the manager, because he can see the job isn't done. As it stands, Eintracht are going through, but there's still enough of a fight here from West Ham that the home side is still feeding that.
Yeah, as Alfonso Areola takes the goal kick long, looking for Mikel Antonio. Done really well there, the Jamaican, to hold on to possession, not only hold on but turn away from his man. And he's still moving with it now, Antonio, as he's being tracked all the way towards this near side by Touré. Touré did get the final touch, so it will go out for a West Ham throw, but it's really good attacking play from Mikel Antonio, seeming to do it all himself there as Ben Johnson takes the throw in, goes towards the Fornals. Johnson gets it back, but Hauger just nicks the ball away from his feet as it looks like Said Benrahma is about to enter the fray for West Ham as he's having a word with David Moyes just by the touchline. I think they'll wait for this throw-in to be taken before bringing him on. It is thrown towards Souček, cleared away by Nauf, and now it's gone all the way deep inside the West Ham half. Zuma will chase it back and turn and face and look to restart the attack for the away side. He's found Declan Rice, who turns away from Hauger really nicely there, and Rice still going forward with it now, tries to turn away from Nauf, but he's run into trouble, and now they're attacking with numbers here, Frankfurt, and the ball out wide towards Kamada is nicely touched by Vladimir Soufal, but his interception can only go as far as Daichi Kamada. And now they're just playing triangles now around this West Ham side. Frankfurt, Kostic forced to go back towards Evan Ndicka. He's played it square across the halfway towards Toure, helped it on to Nauf. Not really many options going forward here now, so he will cut inside and give it back towards Toure. Sebastian Roda looking to get his head up and find an option forward. Kamada with a nice bit of skill to flick it back towards Evan Ndicka. It looks almost like a training game now for Frankfurt. They're just playing it side to side with the West Ham side with no real intent of getting forward, but it seems like the Hammers can't get anywhere near the ball.
No, they can't, and just as you say that, it's a lovely one too there with Kamada now breaking into the box.
Yeah, Kamada trying to turn away from Craig Dawson here. He hasn't managed to do so. He's got it back to goal. Finds Filip Kostic though with a nice short pass. Kostic does really well there to turn away from Soufal. He's still going with it now. Kostic tries to cut towards the edge of the box. Cut out by Souček, and now West Ham, I'm sure, will look for a bit of respite here before clearing the ball long with Jarrod Bowen. Finds Fornals. He wins the header. Does find Souček, and now they have a chance to break here, West Ham, as Fornals does find Souček. There's only the three of them moving forward now. Jarrod Bowen trying to enter the fray as Antonio is in possession out wide. He turns away from Ndicka. He plays the ball across the box. It's just tapped away there by Trapp with his fingertips. He didn't manage to find a teammate there, Antonio, but it's almost bundled in towards the feet of Jarrod Bowen.
Good effort that from Antonio. It's a good run down the right-hand side, and the cross wasn't far away from reaching its target as well. We do have a goal at Ibrox as Campbell, I should say. Kevin Campbell has given the ball into Nkuku, who's now put RB Leipzig level on aggregate. They won the first game 1-0. It is now 2-2 on aggregate, so as it stands, that game is potentially going to extra time.
And another twist in the tail of the semi-finals in this Europa League competition, as now Toure goes back towards Tuta, and now Ndicka. They'll look to slow things down once again, Frankfurt, after a close shave there from a good, nicely worked move down the right hand side from Mikel Antonio. He does often find himself getting in a wider position as he is that lone striker. He's making all the movements himself. Tuta now moving forward, plays the ball over the top of the defence looking for Boré, but I think he may have been offside anyway, Boré, but it was the right idea there from Tuta, but just managed to make the move stick, as we see another replay of Antonio turning away from Evan Ndicka before.
Crucial touch there from the goalkeeper, but in actual fact it had already eluded Souček by that stage. He was just a little bit too far in front of him, but here come Eintracht again.
Yeah, Kamada turns away from Rice, and a shot from range there from Filip Kostic. He was hit with venom there from the Croatian. It just drifted wide of the near post, and Said Benrahma now has his chance to come on for Pablo Fornals, but a really nicely hit effort there from Kostic. Almost caught out Alfonso Areola.
Yeah, if that had been on target, Areola may have had a problem with that one, but in the end, just wide. Kostic really putting his left foot through that, but Pablo Fornals had a good game. I think he's tried his best in that midfield, where of course West Ham are a man light overall, but Benrahma now wants to try and give West Ham a little bit of an injection of pace towards the end of the game. Yeah,
he's that player that you'd like to bring on to just add a bit of flair and a bit of finesse in the final third, as it seems like Oliver Glasner also wants to make a change of his own. He has a couple of players warming up, someone coming to the touchline looking to come on. Bringing the news on who that is when they do eventually come onto the field, but West Ham attacking now with Ben Johnson. Switches it over to the right hand side. Jarrod Bowen takes it down with his chest. A little slip there from the Englishman, but does well to turn away from Kostic. Surely that will be a foul there in favour of West Ham. Yeah, the Serbian just dragging Bowen to the ground there. He just got beaten to the ball. Yeah,
he's not happy there, Kostic, but the decision has been given. I think there was just enough contact there. Bowen takes it down on the chest. There's a bit of a slip from Bowen there already. And then, as I say, Kostic I mean, Kostic would have got away with it had he not sort of grabbed Bowen a second time. It's almost there's a little bit of a similarity with the red card earlier, where I think probably he would have got away with the first contact, Aaron Kressel, but then he grabbed his man just as he was losing his balance, and that would have swung in the referee's favour. Kostic the same, didn't need to make that second contact there with Bowen, and that's a great chance for West Ham with Bowen and Soufal standing over it.
Yeah, Soufal the man to deliver the ball into the area. Dawson tries to head it goalwards. Can he get a second bite of the cherry? No, he can't, as it's cleared only as far as Benrahma, who has a volleyed effort. He was claiming it hit the arm of a Frankfurt player, but it will roll out for a West Ham corner. Yeah,
well, it's a consolation prize of a corner. Benrahma still asking the referee if VAR are going to check this one. Hopefully we'll get a chance to see the replay before this corner kick is taken to see whether or not there is any question mark over this penalty. Antonio wants to take it quickly. It may well be that we just have to wait for VAR. In the meantime, there is going to be a change here, and it looks like it's going to be Christian Jakic is going to be coming on.
And Christian Jakic entering the field for Frankfurt for the captain Sebastian Roda. So it'll give him a chance to bring fresh legs on now and just try and control the remainder of this game, as it seems like it's swaying in favour of West Ham, but they are running out of time to make an effort from this corner, as the referee seems as though he's brandished a yellow card in and around the penalty area for a couple of antics between maybe Antonio and the goalkeeper Kevin Trapp there. As we'll just wait for confirmation who actually received the yellow card, but we'll have to wait until this corner's taken by side Benrahma. It's a poor delivery, but it's headed away by
a very poor. I mean, I always think that any near post corner that gets headed out in before it reaches the near post is just far too short. You see far too many of them as well. So it was an attempted in-swinger from Benrahma, which didn't work out last time, so it's going to be Bowen now with the out-swinger.
Yeah, Jared Bowen, a man who takes many set pieces for West Ham, and he'll be in charge of taking this one. It'll be a left-footed out-swinging ball. It's a delivery once again to the front post, but it almost catches the foot of Craig Dawson before being cleared by...
yeah, Dawson missed it. There was an air shot from Declan Rice just before then as well. A couple of really good chances there as this ball is swung in. We'll see. But there's a shove there from Mikhail Antonio, which the referee spotted and gave Antonio a yellow card. I mean, I think Antonio's point was that he was being shoved around as well. But it's going to be... Well, there's a little bit of afters here now. We haven't actually seen what happened here. We were getting a replay of Mikhail Antonio's yellow card, and now there seems to be a real issue here with the Eintracht bench and the West Ham bench. And Harry, we've got no idea what's happened here.
No, we haven't, but it seems like Kevin Nolan's the man who's leading the charge in terms of the West Ham side, but it's the actual players.
That. Kevin Nolan never.
Well,
he was never shy on the pitch, was he, Kevin Nolan? But there's been a yellow card. I'm assuming that is for Kevin Nolan, and I think the referee, just to even things out, has shown a yellow card to one of the Eintracht substitutes as well. I would imagine that this is something as childish as not giving the ball back quickly enough, or something along those lines. Has David Moyes been sent off there as well? I think there was an issue with the ball not being given to him. So then David Moyes kicks that ball back at one of the... I don't know if it was at one of the substitutes, but yeah, David Moyes has been sent off. So it's Kevin Nolan that's been given a yellow card on the touchline. But the West Ham manager's going to have to watch this one either from the stands or from the dugout. But certainly some of the Eintracht bench there were very quick to almost go into snitching mode there and say, oh, it was David Moyes that did it. But the West Ham manager just losing his rag there, which you don't see from Moyes that often, to lose it to that extent.
No, I was going to say, an experienced manager like Moyes in a semi-final of European competition, I know the game's getting away from him slightly and the frustration does start to kick in, but you've got to keep your head there. You can't be booting balls at the opposition bench.
Didn't look good.
You know that's only going to end in one way, and that's you leaving the touchline, and now he has, and his side have got to play without a manager for the remainder of the game. And when you're chasing a game like West Ham are, down to 10 men, and it seems like the odds are against you, you don't need silly things like that.
No, you don't. It's gone badly there for West Ham, but you never know. This might even work as a positive for West Ham. You see it in sometimes where a manager almost deliberately gets himself off the field just to try and show a bit of unity with his players. Although on that occasion, I'm not sure Moyes was doing that. I think he just lost his temper. He was unhappy with how long the ball was being fetched from somewhere behind a camera position. And the irony is that in kicking the ball away, he delayed the restart of the game even more. So it really is a moment of madness there from David Moyes. But here come West Ham. Yeah. They're down to 10 men. They've lost their manager, but it's their Soufal now on the right-hand side.
Yeah, Soufal turning away nicely from Kostic there. He lifts the ball into the area. It's a really poor cross, headed away by now, but it's fallen to Declan Rice. Will he have an effort for range? Yes, he will. Almost it is spilt there by Kevin Trapp, but fortunately for him, Jared Bowen was a little bit too far away to make a serious charge towards him. But you can't really give Declan Rice any complaints there, as it didn't take a slight deflection off the boot of Jakic there. But when your team are down and you need some moment of magic, going for an effort from Rangers could be the answer.
It's not a bad effort. I mean, as I said, we can see from that replay, had a bit of curl on it as well. Just the goalkeeper needed to make sure he could get onto that second ball. As Jens Horger is down now, he seems to be in some sort of trouble, but the referee is now helping him up. And I think a couple of the West Ham players are just a little bit dubious as to how injured he actually was.
Yeah, as we see also another player, I think it was Bore, that was receiving treatment on the touchline as well. But Said Benrahma now trying to get towards the byline. He has just overrun the ball there, and it will roll out for a goal kick. And there's just a bit of afters there with Tuta and Said Benrahma, and now Nauf's getting involved. And this is this game's really turning ugly now. It's not what you want to see from a semi-final.
No, but I think referee has the skills. Just got to get a handle on this now, because there's incidents kicking off all over the place here. May well be that his assistant and potentially VAR are going to have to get involved here just to slow things down. West Ham don't want to lose their head too much. I mean, the game is slipping away from them. They've got 9 minutes plus injury time to play here. They've got a goal. So Knauf and Benrahma getting a yellow card each by the looks of it.
Yeah, it's really not what you want to see from a European semi-final. You want to see quality football, not players losing their heads slightly. And another Frankfurt player has now gone down. What I'm sure is a little bit more gamesmanship there, and I think whether he's injured or not, I'm not too sure, but he seems to be running the clock down now, this Frankfurt side, and you can tell that the frustration is kicking in on this West Ham side. They've been chasing the game since the 20th minute or so after the red card, and it is starting to set in as now Hrustic is gearing to come on.
That's right, Aydin Hrustic, the Australian from Melbourne, is getting ready to come on here as the referee is now beckoning Horger to get off the field now. There's nothing wrong with him, but he's still trying to make out as though he's got a really bad injury. That's why he can't get up any quicker than that. So Benrahma out, beckoning him off the field as well. Horger is off the field, and as I say, it's Aydin Hrustic to come on in his place now.
Yeah, and also Paciencia is also going to make his presence known on the field, and he's going to be replacing his fellow teammate Bora up front. So a couple more changes for Frankfurt, fresh legs on the field just to run the clock down. So it'll be interesting to see whether they can hold on for the remaining 8 minutes of normal time plus injury time.
Yeah, absolutely. It's Horger's doing his best to take as long as he can to come off the field there, but he is on the field. He is off the field now. Hrustic, and as you mentioned as well, Paciencia is on the field now as well. And to say the game is just getting a little bit heated now. With I think that incident on the touchline just seems to have riled up both sets of players.
Yeah, it seems like tensions are high in such a high stakes match here as Kamada looks to break forward now. He's found Kostic out wide, and the ball is delivered in towards Paciencia, who's only just come on, and he's hit the ball so cleanly on the volley there, and it's just drifted wide of Areola's front post. But Frankfurt almost doubling their lead on the evening.
Good effort there. I mean, he said he hits that one on the run. It was always difficult to catch that one and hit it on target. But confirmation, again, that Horger is off, Hrustic is on. The other change being Bore going off for Paciencia. You just mentioned Harry with that chance. He's just come on the field now, as well as Bowen chases one to the edge of the area. It's just a case, I think, that it was just always going to be too much for West Ham to try and make up at that difference and do it with a man disadvantage. And the time seems to be ticking down. But we have got a goal at Ibrox. Rangers are now 3-1 up against RB Leipzig on the night, so they're 3-2 up on aggregate. So as it stands, it's Eintracht against Rangers in the final. Who would have thought it?
Well, that is not the final that most would have predicted coming into the semi-final legs, but nonetheless, I think it provides for...
We'll rewind to the quarters when we still had Barcelona in the competition. I don't think anybody would have expected Eintracht and Rangers to come up against each other, but that's what's facing us at the moment, as West Ham still haven't given up the ghost here now. Bowen's ball in, does find Souček, but then he collides with Tuta, and I think the reaction of Souček suggests that he thinks that Tuta might be just play acting here a little bit.
Yeah, as he tries to help Tuta to his feet here, Souček, and he's not happy with the amount of time that Tuta's spending on the floor, which you can understand. His side are chasing a game, he wants to get play back underway, but we're so used to seeing it, aren't we, from teams trying to run the clock down, just spending a bit of time on the floor, testing the boundaries with the referee. But as it stands, it is going to be Eintracht Frankfurt who do progress to the final, which will still provide to be a fantastic game if it is Frankfurt and Rangers both making it to the final, though not the one that many would really predict. As you look at the quality and the team of RB Leipzig, only really going out of the Champions League due to being in a group with two of the favourites of the competitions, and now not making it past the final hurdle in the form of the Scottish side. Rangers is a massive game at Ibrox. You'd expect the crowd had a lot to play in that as the ball was delivered into the area. Paciencia can't quite get to it. It's the two fairly recent introductions, Jakic and Paciencia, linking up there as they have won their side a corner on this near side.
Yeah, good work here from Hrustic getting down the right-hand side, feeds this one in towards Jakic, and Paciencia was there putting pressure on Dawson. All he could do was slide it out and put it out for a corner. That's a stand behind the goal, looking very impressive as those Eintracht fans are all bouncing up and down, looking more and more confident, and now Kostic looking to try and whip this ball in.
Kostic does deliver the corner ball in towards the area. Areola comes out to claim it. He just punches away, but it's a strong punch. Only as far as Hrustic goes back towards his teammate. Now Kamada looks to bring possession forward. Kamada once again cuts in field once again towards So, and now he's found the ball in field. It's fallen now towards I think it's Torre now, who's in an unfamiliar position, but he was up from the corner. It fell to him just on the edge of the box. He hit it, didn't hit it with the cleanest of connections, and I think Alphonso Areola just got a hand to it and tipped it over the bar.
Looks like it was just heading underneath the crossbar here. Toure does put good bit of power through it. I think Areola, if he'd seen the replay we've just seen, he'd realise he probably doesn't need to even go after that one. It's just an instinctive reaction. Tips it over the bar, and the corner kick's been taken short. Yeah,
Hrustic delivers the ball in towards the area, and it's bounced off a couple of players, almost helped in by Evan Ndicka, but this time it'll bounce off Paciencia out for a West Ham goal kick, and I think Alphonso Areola will just want to keep possession now and just have some respite and let his players move further up the field. But West Ham not done with the changes yet. Andrei Yarmolenko on the field now to replace Vladimir Soufal, so West Ham really going all out now. They haven't got much time left. I think that they'll move into a back three with Ben Johnson drifting into centre half, and they'll just throw bodies forward now at this point.
Yes, absolutely. I mean, it's now or never for West Ham. If they get a goal in the next minute or two, it does set us up for a grandstand finish in the 90 with injury time still to come as well. But this goal for West Ham's got to come fairly quickly if they're going to have enough time to then go for a second as well.
Yeah, I assume we'll have a fair amount of additional time with the stoppages and the antics of both sides on the touchline, but nonetheless there's not long to go. So now moves forward, finds Kostic out on the left hand side, got a bit of space to run into now. Kostic still moving forward with the ball deflected off the foot of Craig Dawson, can't direct it out for a throw in, so it will be a corner in favour of Frankfurt. West Ham really running out of time now. Frankfurt do have the corner on the far side, and the fans are now out in their numbers in Frankfurt, and the spirits are up. They're singing as the ball is delivered into the area, flicked on by Kurt Zouma. Only finds Nauf at the edge of the box. He delivers another ball towards the far side once again. Misses completely everybody, and now Kostic will have a third bite at the cherry. Delivers into the area. It's now a shot come in from So on the edge of the area. I think it was more of a pass / first touch there, and it just ricochets off his foot.
He wasn't trying to shoot with that, but I'd say the way he controlled it just ended up going towards Areola. But now a quick ball over the top here from Rice, finds Antonio, and his strike towards goal. It's on target, but it was a measured effort, wasn't it, Harry? And in the end, it's not going to trouble the goalkeeper too much. Yeah,
the ball over from Rice was fantastic. Taken down, plucked out the air by Mikel Antonio with his chest. You just see the run of Yarmolenko over the top of the defence. Maybe Rice had another option there, but you can't fault the ball that he delivered towards Mikel Antonio. It's more about the finish rather than the ball from Rice. He hits it just with the outside of the boot, just snatches at it. Antonio doesn't really get full connection, and Trapp catches it quite easily. Ball over the top from Frankfurt, looking for the run of Kostic, but it will roll out of play for a goal kick, as we just see Vladimir Soufal sat on the floor.
I think he may have a hamstring problem there. I mean, as I say, it was a case of getting Yarmolenko on to give West Ham another attacking option in these dying moments. But they've been through the wars, West Ham, in this game. They've tried their best, but as I say, things just conspired against them early on in this match.
Yeah, well, it's been some journey they've gone on in Europe this season. No one really would have expected it coming into the campaign, for them to go this deep into the competition, and they've taken down some of the biggest sides we've seen in Europe. The likes of Seville, who are multiple winners of the competition. Lyon, massive side in Europe, big pedigree, and this West Ham side have sat with the big boys all year as Ben Johnson looks to deliver a free kick deep towards the back post, and it's spilt there by Trapp, and it's bundled off a couple of players. I think Yarmolenko, it's Souček actually that gets there first. He I think he hits it against Trapp, and it will be a West Ham corner. I'm not really sure why Trapp's arguing.
Well, I think West Ham initially were asking if maybe there was a foul there or something. It may be that Trapp thought there was an offside. There is no offside, and when Trapp drops this, there's no foul either. I think Souček does his best to make it look as though the keeper fouled him, but it's just a corner, and it's going to be whipped in by Bowen.
Yeah, Jarrod Bowen delivers the corner towards Souček, and he tries to help it goalwards. It's just flashed wide there from Thomas Souček. Well, it could provide to be a massive miss there from the man from Czech Republic. It's a nice corner delivered in. Souček gets there and just can't head it goalwards.
He'll be disappointed because nobody's jumping with him really. Just flashes that wide of the post, but he's so good in those positions. Souček gets into the right position, gets that head across, but it's just wide. We're into injury time now, just waiting for our fourth official to confirm how much of it's going to be. I think I saw a 5 there, did I?
Yeah, that is 5 minutes. As we also see a yellow card for Kevin Trapp.
The referee showed a red card to Kevin Trapp, but then apologised. Said no, I took the wrong card out of my pocket. It's just a yellow card for the Eintracht keeper. That certainly would have made it a very interesting injury time if the keeper had suddenly been sent off. Eintracht had used, I suppose they'd used 4 of their subs, so they still had one more sub left. But 5 minutes here for West Ham to try and come up with a miracle, really.
Yeah, I was going to say it would have taken some very tasteful words for Trapp to be sent off there, but nonetheless, just the yellow card as Declan Rice is battling it out in the midfield. He has drawn a free kick out of now, so it will be a free kick in favour of West Ham, but they're really running out of time and options here are the away side. Doesn't seem like they're in any really real rush to throw the ball in towards the Frankfurt half, but Areola does run up to take the free kick, probably about 10 yards away from the halfway inside the West Ham half. Areola does just float the ball towards the area. It's a really poor ball from Areola, and now they'll look to break here, Frankfurt, in numbers. They have got players running forward. It's Hrustic who finds the ball out towards this right-hand side. It's a shot taken.
It's Jakic, I think, in
yeah,
the end with the effort.
who snaps at the effort. He looks to set himself up. He had an absolute age to take the shot on goal, but he just
it started out on target, didn't he? Yeah,
yeah.
He just raised it a little bit too much. It was a decent effort there from Jakic. I've been impressed with all the subs here for Eintracht this evening. They've come on and have made a difference. It's difficult to say that about Yarmolenko's only just come on for West Ham, but certainly Benrahma has tried it. Certainly Johnson's put in a really good shift there for West Ham, but it's just a little bit too much for them to do in the end. But credit to them, they're still fighting in injury time here to try and get forward.
Yeah, now it's with Jarrod Bowen out on the far right-hand side. He cuts in on his left foot. He has to go from range, and that's right down the throat of Kevin Trapp there. Jarrod Bowen not able to test the goalkeeper, and you just think, if that doesn't go in now, West Ham really running out of time. You can't really see them getting back into this tie now.
It's going to be difficult, isn't it, with just a couple of minutes to go. Even if West Ham were to score now, by the time we restart play, there's only going to be about a minute left, so it really is too little too late from West Ham now. Eintracht certainly, I mean, the first leg I think had a big difference, isn't it? West Ham playing at home would always feel confident and didn't get the game that they wanted at the London Stadium, which always meant this evening was going to be hard. But here comes Yarmolenko now.
Yarmolenko with the volleyd effort from range there. It's really a snatched effort as you see the Frankfurt fans running in their thousands away from the stand right to the touchline. They're right up against the board.
Yeah, this could be interesting if the referee blows for full time and suddenly we're going to get loads of fans on the field whilst West Ham players are still on. As I say, that West Ham section looks pretty calm as it stands. I think that they've certainly been singing throughout the match, but realising now that perhaps their European adventure's coming to an end.
Yeah, the goal kick is taken by Kevin Trapp, sent long downfield. Is it going to be back by the head of Zuma? Yes, it will, as he helps it forward, but Jakic wings the second ball. Now beaten to it by Said Benrahma. There they go, shoulder to shoulder there. Benrahma comes out on top, finds Declan Rice, and now Rice slightly running into trouble here as Hrustic puts him under pressure. Drifts it out towards Craig Dawson. He's now found Jarrod Bowen out on the right hand side, trying to turn away from Filip Kostic. Still moving Jarrod Bowen. He's done well to keep possession, and then he's flicked it out towards this near side now where Ben Johnson meets it. Johnson with the ball over the top looking for Said Benrahma. He's trying to twist and turn and make an opening here, Benrahma, as in comes a challenge from Jakic, as he tackles Benrahma. It does go out of play for another corner.
It sums up the effort from West Ham this evening. We're less than a minute of injury time to play. They've still won themselves a corner. Yeah,
it's taken quickly there by West Ham. It's fallen to Rice, who has an effort from range. It's blocked. Benrahma still keeping the dream alive, and now Andrei Yarmolenko trying a couple of step overs to get away. Puts the ball into the box, and it's cleared away by Hrustic. And West Ham really running out of time. They've got about 40 seconds left in this the Frankfurt fans, behind the border, out in their numbers, and it's a massive crowd that are behind.
I thought it was that looked like one of the coaches there trying to tell the fans not to come on the field, because obviously that could result in all kinds of UEFA sanctions. Nothing too serious, of course, in terms of affecting the final, but it could result in a final, perhaps a section of the stadium closed for the next European game. It has just finished, by the way, at Ibrox. Rangers have beaten RB Leipzig 3-1 on the night. 3-2 Rangers win on aggregate, so Gio Van Bronckhorst's side, massive achievement for them to get to the Europa League final.
Yeah, it's a massive achievement for Giovanni Van Bronckhorst's side, and the referee has blown his whistle to signify the end of this other semi-final tie between West Ham and Eintracht Frankfurt. It is the German side who will progress to the final. The dream for West Ham has now died, and the fans do pitch invade. They are running onto the pitch in their numbers, and they're just enjoying the moment of getting to a Europa League final. And it is going to be Rangers versus Eintracht Frankfurt in Vienna.